All right, everyone. A wonderful evening, a cheerful evening to one and all. Before we get into anything serious, let us take a moment and recognize someone who is celebrating her special day today. Yes, you guessed it right. It's Ashfia, our beloved Ashfia, who's always been so helpful and excited to learn. And I think this is a moment we should all join in and celebrate. So please unmute yourself and wish her. Okay, come on, let's do it.
Happy birthday to me, dear Ashia.
I hope you can hear the music, right?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to
Ashpriya.
you.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Ashpriya, wishing you a very, very happy birthday and a joyous year ahead. Now it's your moment. Tell us what is the wish that you have for this from this year. Come on.
First of all, thank you so much, everybody, for making me feel like this. Feel so special. Plus, I went back into my school in my classroom where everybody's singing happy birthday and you're awkwardly standing how to react. So
Right,
thank you
right,
so
right.
much for that. And yeah, one wish that I have for myself, that is to make myself better, to keep improving, and
Yeah.
yeah, to look at all my areas of improvement and make them into my
Yes.
strengths one by one. So yeah,
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Ashfia.
thank you so
And
much.
yes, so that brings us to our key agenda for today's meet is we have a very exciting session planned for you all today. How excited are you for this session? From number 1 to 10, put that down in the chat box right away. Come on, teachers. Okay, I expected somebody to say 100 and I expected someone to say 11. That's what our kids do always, isn't it? Great, great. Thank you, everybody, for that enthusiasm that you bring to the table every time. Yes, so this is a very special session for you all to upgrade yourself and to elevate your skills. We have someone amidst us who deserves this recognition. Let me take a moment and introduce him to you. How many of you are aware of Toastmasters community? Okay, so I have about 2 of them. All right, the teachers who haven't explored yet, go read about it, know what community is this. It's a global community that has a legacy spanning 100 years. Yes, this is that organization that's dedicated to your personal and professional development that helps you build your communication skills and leadership skills. These are all club meetings that happen in different cities, both online and offline. Explore, join in, come join as a guest and see how this community will benefit you. Now, why am I talking about this at this juncture? Is because it's only because of this community that I've had the privilege of meeting remarkable people. They come from various and varied business backgrounds and professional backgrounds. But what always aligns us together is the shared goal of self improvement, self learning, and also helping one another. Talking about that, Toastmaster Hadi, as I'm always going to come to this because we are so used to calling each other Toastmasters. So pardon me if I'm using this very often, but this is how I have wired my brain to call him Toastmaster Hadi. Okay, but I'm going to avoid that as well in this conversation. So Toastmaster Hadi is our facilitator for today. He is a mechanical engineer by profession and a public speaker by passion. He comes from God's own country, the wonderful city in Mumbai, in sorry, not my city, in India, Kerala. And he is living in Dubai since 2013. So I know know Hadi from this remarkable organization that I just spoke about. I've heard him speak. I've heard him give talks about various topics. To tell you the truth, he was one of my evaluators in the speech that I had delivered. I don't know, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago. And since then we knew each other and we got connected. When I met Hadi recently at an event, he was excited and he said, "Yes, I'm going to come in and help." And so this is the moment. And Hadi, I'm so grateful that you accepted this, despite your busy schedule, despite being family time. You are here with us and helping our teachers feel empowered. Thank you very much for being here, and I'm looking forward to this session.
Thank you. So I'm just swiping right to see all of your faces so that I can see in the terms of public speaking, I can see your body language and ensure that you are engaged in the session.
Yeah.
And I hope we are not like our students who switch off the video and their creative brain starts working when they are in an online class. I don't know what is that magic behind it. So now let's go into the topic I am honored to speak about. Because today this topic is so relevant to me, not because it's just another 20-30 minute session in which I can flex my public speaking skills. No, because I am helping you to see the feedback from a different angle, or I'm just reminding you to see the feedbacks you give to your students from an angle of a person who have the power to uplift them. Before I begin, I want to know how many public speaking coaches are here? Yeah. How many other subjects? Yeah. What are your subjects? Anuradha, I can see, and Simran. Anuradha, what is your subject?
I teach mostly phonics.
Phonics.
Yes,
Yeah. So
for
I
small kids.
you are giving evaluation for the performance. I mean, you give an instruction and they perform, and you give a feedback. So this
Yes, that's right.
resonates with what we talk about. And Simran.
Hi, Hadi. I'm a science teacher and I've been regularly teaching. I'm a regular teacher. So I have some 15 plus years experience. So I interact with students on a very regular basis.
Thank you, Simran. And in our discussion, you can bring your own experience also that will enhance all of our learning and understanding of the special species called kids. So, first of all, we have to understand we are holding something in our hand, an egg. Egg is so fragile, isn't it? So, this egg is the self image of our children, and you crush it, or you don't want to hatch it, you want to, the hen out of the egg right now, you push it, you will crack it, you will destroy it. Or if you hatch it, if you give the environment for it to hatch, a beautiful hen or chicken will come out of it. So we are holding this egg. So remember, we are holding this egg. EGG. Am I spelling it correctly, Anuradha? Yeah, yeah, I'm spelling it correctly.
Yes.
So let's remember egg. E for empathy, G for growth, and G for guidance. And why we need to remember this egg? Because when we are approaching a children and when you are giving a feedback, you should be empathetic. And always we are not in a default state of being empathetic. Be honest. Are you always in a default state of being empathetic? No, because we go through a turmoil, we go through different emotions on a typical day, and always we are not empathetic. But from now onwards, let's remember to be empathetic. We know that being empathetic is the right thing to do, but sometimes we forget it. So remember this egg, this fragile thing you're holding, and remember E for empathy, G for growth. As a coach, a trainer, teacher, we need the growth. Why I said growth? Too nice to tell our kids, you are doing amazing, you are doing great, you are a wonder kid. But will that help apart from a dopamine spike in the minds of the kids, in the brains of the kids, because they feel good. Ah, teacher told me I'm amazing. Teacher told me I'm great. But great in what? If you're not being specific, you are just lifting the mood, not lifting the kid. If you want to be great, if you want to follow the kids' growth, be growth oriented. And to be growth oriented, you have to specifically point out the areas the kid is excelling at, and you have to empathetically point out the area in which the kid has got the potential to improve. And finally, the guidance. You pointed at, okay, you have to show your body language when you talk. Okay, you pointed out the area to improve, but you haven't guided them how to do. You show the gap, but you are not showing where to go, what to do, how to do it. So guidance. So remember the egg. I want you to tell it. E for
Empathetic,
G for
guidance,
for
growth,
growth. And last, the G for
Guidance.
guidance.
you remember it. So let's hold this egg until the end of this session. Okay. Now you know how to approach it. The mindset. I know you are doing great in your profession, and I'm using this opportunity to remind you to have to approach the feedback. So you're holding the egg, you are now empathetic, and you're focusing on growth, and you are an excellent guide. Okay. Now the next thing, we know what is a mindset, but have to know where to point at in terms of growth or in terms of improvement or in terms of what they are excelling at. So we can use a framework called catch it, name it, and frame it.
Catch, name.
And frame. Now we get into my core, the public speaking, coaching, and public speaking feedbacks. Why catch it is important. You go to a river to catch a fish, and you have all the skills, and you're trying to catch the fish. Will you be able to catch with your bare hands? What do you need?
Net.
Hook,
Net, hook.
hook,
Okay,
fishing
let's say to catch many fishes, you need
net, net,
net. Fishing net. Great. So I'm coming to fishing net. So we're using a fishing net to catch the areas where they excelled at and the area they need improvement. And as a public speaking, when you evaluate a speaker, especially a junior speaker, what are the points you look at? Anyone can raise your hands and give me a brief idea about what you look at as an evaluator or as a coach. Any one of you.
You look at the confidence,
Mhm.
you look at the way the student or child is speaking, the standing, and voice modulation, wherever it is emphasis. All these things you look at. Turnout, of course.
the child's point of view, the thoughts,
Thank you,
how
Simran.
he is,
Who is that?
Zeba Sheikh.
Okay. I can see only one page here. Okay. Anyway, Sena Sheikh, right?
No, Zeba Sheikh.
Ziba Sheikh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
The
want me to
video
remove the
is off, I think.
spotlight? Do you want me to remove the spotlight, or is it good for you?
Remove the spotlight so that
Okay. Is this okay?
we can engage. Yeah.
Yeah. Teachers, use raise hand option so sir can see you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, come on, public
Okay.
speaking
Come on.
coaches. Yeah. Hema, Ashfia.
Yeah.
So we have a look at the way they stand, the way they speak, the eyes expressions,
whether the facial expressions are matching the content, the hand gestures, and how the weight is distributed on both the legs. That is how we find out whether the child is nervous or confident.
I'll make a note of it. Emma. Thank you. Then anything else?
For young
Sir-
learners, especially the clarity in voice is also taken into consideration.
Clarity and voice. Great.
Sir, I think facial expressions are also something that, really gives us the insight of what's happening in the child's mind. Like if they're nervous, they're confident, or something like that.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashfiya. So you
As
have the
I'm
net.
coaching, yeah, I'm sorry. As I'm coaching very young learners, that is 5 to 7 years of age in public speaking for now. So I feel their attention, yeah, attention span that has to be worked on. Like we have to see that they are attentive or not, body language, because when they are speaking, they are looking somewhere else and talking to us, looking to London, talking to Tokyo is the thing with them. So in my case, I look up to that. Thank you.
Okay. So your net is you have casted a wide net. So you are covering all the points. I have nothing to add because I came up with a list of points you need to look at, but you have covered it. Anyway, to remind us about the areas to cover, let's use the speak to remind us what to look at. We'll start with yes, because this is not a public speaking coaching session, but I'm just going through this abbreviation speak so that we can all be on a same page. S stands for structure, whether there is a clear beginning and the transition between the sections like beginning and the body and the conclusion or the call to action. Structure, was there a structure? And P, presence. Presence is very important. How the speaker represents themselves. And some of you have already quoted that example. And E stands for engagement. Why we need facial expression? We need the hands to engage the audience so that we can grip their attention from the beginning and throughout the presentation. And A for awareness of the audience. For example, if Divya is sleeping, I need to understand or I need to recognize that my speech is boring. My session is boring people to death. So being aware of the body language is so important for a speaker. Because what happens in most of the junior speakers, what I've seen, when we are so critical about the evaluation, they try to make the speech perfect. They write a script, they by heart it from the start to end. Even they rehearse the body language. They go ahead and deliver that 5 to 7 minute speech non-stop. And they are not adaptable to the audience response. And what happens? They deliver a perfect speech at the cost of connection with the audience. So audience awareness is far important than anything you do in a speech, because without audience, there is no speaker. Otherwise, you are just a radio, not a speaker. Play and stop. That's it. So we need to tell them the importance of being aware of the audience, because what the problem here is, they are learning public speaking as a life skill or a soft skill. They go out at work or they start a venture of their own and they need to use this skill. So we need to teach them how to be adaptable according to the audience. So, and last, K, key message. Sometimes when we tell our kids to give a speech, they find out a great story from the web and they deliver it. What is the message? How it connects with the audience. Mostly their audience are during practice, they're on fellow classmates or the buddies. So in during that session, how that key message is relevant to the audience. This thought process should go through the mind of the speakers. Yes, there is level 1 to level 10 in public speaking. And in level 1, we are not going to focus on all these. We will focus on confidence initially, then we focus on how to structure the speech, then we focus on adding elements such as humor and language, rhetorical techniques, and all. But as evaluators from the beginning, we need to cast a net to pick up the areas they are excelling at. So this will help us as a guidance. That's it. You have your own framework, but for the benefit of our session, I have mentioned this, speak. So for time being, we are going to use this framework. So now you have to catch when they deliver their speech. So for example, any one of you, can you raise your hands? One of you. I want to ask a few questions. Yes, I can see Ziba, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ziba, what points you can catch from my own presentation? Can you tell me 2 points where I'm good at? Give me a
Voice mod
feedback. Give
voice
me a feedback.
modulation,
Mhm.
and the expression, the way you're using your hand gesture. So
Okay.
it's making an impromptu, like we are able to, catch those things, the way you're talking, the way you're expressing, and also your goal, main motive that you have to put this forth, the point towards us that we understand better.
Thank you. And you
Yes.
are going to catch two area of improvement for me.
Yes.
Now I need not Zeba, someone else. Can you raise your hands? Going to get
Thank you,
free
sir.
feedback on. Thank you. Where to improve? So any one of you, please raise your hand and give me two areas to work on, or you find there is a potential to improve. Please,
Divyal?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Divyal? Yeah, go ahead.
Divya.
Yes. So, sir, it's quite difficult for me to pick up two areas of improvement at the moment because I'm so mesmerized by the way you are teaching us concepts and you're here to deliver the speech. But if I have to pick up the area of improvement, one would be, according to me, is that I feel your pace is a bit faster for me. One concept after another, so that is bit faster. And after teaching one concept, asking us to imply that into practical would have been more beneficial for me. That is what I think. That is it
Thank
from
you.
my end, sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Divya. Thank you, Divya. So your net is catching the areas of improvement. So I won't pay you for this feedback, but it will help me to improve my own presentations. Thank you. So we know how to catch it. And in this process, Zeba and Divya have taught the areas I need to work on and where I'm excelling at, and they name it. They have named it. This name we get from the Speak framework. You caught it while your speaker is delivering the speech. You caught the areas to work, and you named it. Your structure, your presence, your engagement, your audience awareness, your key message. So you catch it and you name it. And this is the most important part. If you are approaching your young speaker, junior speaker, and saying that next time you speak slow, next time you show your hands, next time you use the words which are very easy to understand. Okay. So now you told them, you need to be good, you need to be bad. That's something. Will it motivate them? I'm giving you two scenarios. You told them, this first scenario, you told them your body language, you need to improve your body language. You need to use the words familiar to the audience. In second scenario, you told the same. You need to show your hands while you speak so that you can enhance the message and you can connect with your audience. You give a reason. You caught it, you name it, and when you frame it, you told them why you have to do it. In scenario one, our energy expenditure is very less. Just tell what needs to be done. Easy for us. But in scenario two, you may need to tell the reason why you're telling them to do something. Or they may ask even more questions, clarifying questions. You spend our time and explain it, you frame it, and you tell them what to do and why you're doing it. In which scenario the speaker will improve better?
Second one, sir.
Second one, there is no question about it. There is no confusion about it. So when you give a feedback, you might have got 5 points and you have 2 to 3 minutes to give the feedback. Rather than skimming through all those 5 points, you have to prioritize the points which is so critical. For example, you might have pointed at, okay, the body language. You have mentioned eye contact, or you have mentioned the use of hands, or you might have so the swaying of the one like on the legs. They are not finding balance. They are just dancing. Or you might have seen they are scratching somewhere when they speak, or you might have seen they are using many filler words. So in that, which is most critical for their message to be delivered to the audience? Find it, focus on one or two, and zoom it. There is another risk when you point out 5 areas to improvement in a go. The kid will think that this is not for me. I will go for singing, not public speaking. Isn't it? So when you give, we say less is more. Choose one or two and zoom it. Okay, because we are not here to show our expertise. With our expertise, we can find 5 or 10, but that is not going to help the young speaker. What is going to help them? One feedback at a time and one implementation at a time. So next week or in next session, when they're coming back, we can tell them, you focus on this area in the upcoming week. Is it practical or not? That's a practical thing to do because they are doing this along with their studies. So it should not be a burden to them. Not in the professional world as well, in the teaching uh, world as well. When you give specific feedback and we give time to improve that, it works rather than dumping them with the feedbacks. When you dump them, they feel that they are not good. And no, this self image is so fragile. Do you remember the egg? Yeah, it can't take too much load. Have you ever sat on an egg, try to sit, and what was the outcome? Yeah,
We sat to cake.
yeah. It's so fragile. So remember, give them limited number of feedbacks, but in detail. Okay. So I'm taking Divya's feedback, and I need you to recall what we have discussed till now. So we came up with 2 abbreviations and one framework: egg, speak, catch it, name it, and frame it.
Name it.
So these are the ingredients to make a delicious feedback for your kids. And when you give feedbacks, I want to know one thing. Forget everything we have discussed at the moment. Do you believe in the power of the language we use? The tone of a voice? I understand or I admit what you have said, but the tone you have said it, I won't accept it.
Yes.
We have heard it, right? And we have said this. So remember the words you pick. The words should be positive. For example, I need example from the person, the most silent person in this meeting, Jashan.
Good pick.
Hi. Can you give me a few example of the positive words we can use during our feedback or during our discussion with our kids?
Yes, so whenever we want to give them feedback, in spite of saying that I would like to talk negative about you, we can say that I would like to talk about the areas of improvement that you need to work on. You can
One
say
more
this.
example. One more example.
And if we want to, we should not say that this was not good, your your pitch was not good, or your sound was not good. We can say that pitch could have been more higher, or the pitch could have been more improved while by doing this or that. Instead of giving
Great.
them negative feedback, we can just talk about their areas of improvement and just give them feedback positively.
Thank you, Jashan. You led me to the most important point, which I'm going to discuss. The feedback should not be personal. It should focus on the behavior, not the person. You are talking fast is focusing on the behavior. You are a fast talking person is focusing on the identity. And they see the world through us, especially a teacher. They give 10x weightage to what a teacher is saying. And they frame an opinion about themselves when a teacher is giving a feedback. Because the world is so cruel, they're getting criticisms all around the world. Only the teachers hold that power to give them empowering talks, and that help us to form the belief, constructive beliefs about themselves. So I like the point, and this is what I'm going to talk about. When you give a feedback, be conscious about the words you choose. Even a change in arrangement of the words can attack the person and not focus on the behavior. So the language should be positive. So if you ask me what is the takeaway, what is the summary, what is the bullet points of today's session, before that, let me conduct an exam for you to make sure I have imparted what I've packaged for you. So I will start from left. Vivian, what is the abbreviation which I used to describe the fragile state of the kids or our mentees?
Egg.
Good. Hema, what is egg?
Egg is E stands for empathy, G stands for growth, and the other G stands for guidance. It is how we actually.
Perfect, Hema. Perfect. And Ashvia, what is speak?
So speak is a structure where we can handpick the feedback that we're going to give to the students. And another thing that's sprung off from that one was to give one feedback at a time, a specific one rather than something generic.
Thank you, Ashvia. And Zeba, you're going to answer the toughest question of the day. Speak stands for.
Speak stands for structure, present, engage, awareness. And K, I'm quite skeptical. It's like kick giving or
Key message.
moment.
Key message or
Key
key
message, yeah, key
point.
message.
Okay. And Sana,
Less is more.
thank you, Zeba.
Thank you,
And we
sir.
talked about a framework to give feedback. What is it?
Catch it, name it, frame it.
Yeah, okay. You sang it like a rap. Thank you, Sana. And Radhika, in catch it, name it, frame it. Which one is the most important process or the step?
The most important step is to point out the area you are discussing about. Yes. Am I correct?
And there is no right or wrong answer. It's your perspective. Because if you don't have any catch, how you can frame it or how you can name it. So for some people, catching is important, and for me, framing is important. It's up to you. So which aspect do you think is most important?
The most important aspect I feel is like I've written to pointing out the area at what they are good actually.
Okay, thank you. So
Yes.
that is not a detailed answer, what they are good. But if we are continuously pointing out only in which area they are good, will they improve? Yes, there will be an improvement. But in my opinion, you need to point at the area of improvement as well. But that should come second always. Because if you are good at cricket, you can't tell them, okay, go and learn football also because you're not good at football, you're only good at cricket. No, that won't help. So yes, I will give personally 80% focused on what they are good at. Because since we are non-native speakers, we have seen kids coming from different curriculums, they might be humorous, they might be engaging, and they have a super presence, but their pronunciation might need an improvement. And as a person who gives feedback, we continuously bombard them with the feedback on language. You will kill the humorous speaker in them. You will kill the stand-up comedian in them, isn't it? So for me, personally, I will focus 80% on the area they are excelling at, and 20% just a suggestion. Soft, soft, soft suggestion. I felt, I felt, I felt that is the most used phrase in my feedbacks. I felt, it's in my opinion. It's not the truth. It's not the fact. In my opinion, I felt you can watch more English movies or you can podcast and you can even make your pronunciation better so that your audience will be more. So all people all around the world, they can understand your message. So try it if you, because you are already an amazing speaker, just a suggestion from mine. Okay, that would help them. Okay, great. And last person, thank you, Radhika. Last person, Ruman. Okay, now your job is to give two positive words and two negative words when you give feedback to a kid. Like just examples, or words or sentences, no matter.
Feedback while giving them, well, they are giving speech or something, right?
Yeah.
What is the feedback? As in, you can do it better. And actually, sir, I'm not from the teaching department. I'm a club coordinator, so from the admin department. So
Okay.
it's a little
So
difficult for me.
yeah, from admin department, for those who come and attend the meeting late every day, how you'll give a feedback?
Ah, okay. So for them, I would
Yeah.
say if I would appreciate if you join on time, so
Wow.
that you don't miss
Okay.
important
That's it.
points during the.
Payment.
Very good.
Payment. Amazing. Yeah, this is what we
Thank you.
want. Yeah. And one
Thank you.
example for negative feedback.
Negative feedback would be,
Yeah.
oh, to the one who I came late
Yeah.
or something else.
Yeah. For example, you are the bad guy in the office. How you will give the feedback? Not bad guy, bad guy. Yeah.
Well, I would say I don't like your attitude while you do your work, but if you respond or complete your task on time, I would appreciate it.
Great, great, great. Thank you, Rum.
Thank you, sir.
So now, welcome, welcome. So now going to conclude the session. Just a summary where you are dealing with this egg, so fragile thing, their self-image, and you are whispering to their ears directly, and based on it, they frame an opinion about themselves. For us, it might be a job. For us, it might be a student who joined our session. But for them, that feedback is everything. And I remember the feedbacks given by my teachers. And I remember extremely positive ones. And those feedbacks who said that you suck at math, you use the English language, and your pronunciation is very bad. This hold me years. For years, it hold me back from being on stage. Even as a 29-year-old man, when one evaluator from my Toastmaster told me that you need to improve your language, I took 3 or 4 years break from Toastmasters because I was not open to the feedback. I'm open to the feedback, but my self-image was so fragile and it broke me. It tore me into pieces. So this is from my experience. Even when I give feedback, actually it was a lesson for me. When I give feedback, I remember this. Every person is not strong as we think. So we are dealing with an egg. And always when you give feedback, be specific, but have a framework in hand before you are ready to give a feedback. Otherwise, you listen to them, acha, beta, jao, bhai, okay, okay, all the best. That won't help them. That won't help them. It is very easy for us, but it won't help them. And name it and frame it. You are all competent speakers. You know how to do it. And you can use this framework. It's an optional framework for you. You have your own framework in place and use positive words that uplifts them, not crushes them. That's it from me today. And if you have any questions, the floor is open. And Taranam, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Hadi.
Yeah.
Hadi, thank you firstly for the insightful session. I would also like you to cover how we should eradicate but while giving feedback. Because I hear a lot of teachers, when they give feedback to the children, they are like, "Oh wow, I enjoyed your speech. It was engaging, but if you improve on so and so things, it's going to help you better." So how can we eradicate this but and convert it into or change it into a positive experience for the child?
Very important aspect. Because we say all the good things, but will nullify everything we have said,
Absolutely.
isn't it? Yeah.
So instead
The
of but,
problem,
how the teachers can frame it?
the problem here is we, when we give the feedback, we hold the thing coming after but in our mind. And we
Absolutely.
are waiting for the right opportunity to say it. It's like giving feedback to the cooked food, right? The biryani was so delicious, so nice, but I felt salt is more in it because we are focusing on what is lacking when you
Yes.
say something after the but. So here, it's all in the mindset. It's all in the mindset. Because when you see a glass, you can say it as half full or half empty. So we discussed this point indirectly. Remember this 80-20? I told you 80% I will focus on the positive aspect, and 20% I will focus on the area of improvement. So the vocabulary of English language is so rich. First of all, let's start not saying but in our feedbacks. Can we try it? There are many beautiful words which can be replacing the word but. What are they? And also, along with it, apart from it,
However,
however, then.
how about if we say this? I enjoyed your performance. Yeah, I felt you were very confident and loved your stage presence. What I want you to improve on is, or what I recommend you improve on is one area.
Mm,
How does that sound? Instead of but or other words, we used what you want, what you have to improve on. It's also simplified for kids to understand.
great. Because what I've personally observed, when we give feedbacks, the dopamine spikes will be so high. So the
Yes,
kid will be, we won't be expressive, but kids will be smiling, smiling, and it is their day. And when we use but, like you pop a balloon, it's all,
absolutely.
yeah, all broke. So what we need is this egg, the egg. I'm giving example as a balloon. Okay, and we want pop it at the end, and remember have to hold it because the as we discussed at the end, the language we use is so important. So when you give a feedback, don't hold that thing to tell them at the end. Because, for example, you are giving a feedback for a kid who use their body language in not so effective way. So you need to tell them how to use the body language. The best thing to do is to show them how to do it. Just right away, give them an example. Okay, when during our speech, what if you are showing an open body language? Which one do you think? The open body language or when you fold your hands, the audience will be better connected? Ask a
Yes,
question. It's not opinion. Ask a question. So they themselves will tell the right answer because whatever we show during our presentation, all of them are not conscious ones. They are unconscious ones. They are learned behaviors. And we know what is the right thing to do and what is the wrong thing to do. And still, when during speech we scratch our head we rub our nose, right? We do it because they are not conscious behaviors. So when you ask the kid this question, they will be mindful about what is the right thing to do and what all things that could be avoided in a speech. So throw a question to them. They will answer it. Okay, next week they are not going to correct it. Maybe in third or fifth attempt they are going to correct it. But when you have a discussion, they will be aware of it. Or you can show another speaker, their fellow speaker, and say that, okay, what do you think? Which is effective and which is not that effective. They will tell the same reason. So what we can do is we can help them to be mindful about what they do. Rather than saying, we can show it. In Toastmasters, we say it during evaluation, rather than saying, show it. Because there are some speakers, when they are evaluating, they say, your structure of the speech is not need improvement. Okay, they say and go, and they don't show. So, for example, then we can say that okay, it can be in a chronological order, it can be pros and cons, it can be before and after, it can be how to, what first step, second step, third step. So we have to tell them an example and show how to do it. So this word, but first of all, let's decide we are not going to use it. However, is a magical word. You use your body language in a very ineffective way. Your voice was not audible. However, everyone smiled at your speech and everyone enjoyed it. So, okay, however is a powerful word. I think it will do the opposite of the but. But again, the first part is not recommended, but I'm just showing you an extreme example of it. So let's decide not to use the but, but we all know how ineffective it is while giving a feedback. So my conclusion is, Taranam, I'm concluding this challenge. My conclusion is, first, show them what to do. And second, ask questions and help them to be mindful about it. And while asking the questions, if you are giving feedback in a group, asking question is the worst thing to do. I'm talking about only personal feedback, because you're giving in a group, you're asking a question. Okay, this is better or this is better. So all students will say, okay, this is better, this is not good. The fellow speaker will scratch their head and say that I am a poor speaker. Everyone is commenting on my behavior. So in personal feedbacks, ask the question. In group feedbacks, don't do it. It's like 10 people shooting at one person. Don't do that. In private coaching sessions, you can do this. Otherwise, show them directly what to do. So they will understand. And while giving feedback, don't name it. As I told you, don't not name it means don't name the person while giving a group feedback. Some of our speakers, few of our speakers, and don't target the speaker, target the behavior.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Did I elaborate what you were pointing at?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
You enlightened us on what the damaged butt can do to kids and
Yeah.
their self-esteem. And I think
That-
teachers, let's ensure that we avoid using butt when we give feedback to kids. Also, one
Yeah.
more thing that I want to bring your attention to is the written feedback that we give. As you all know, when you do a trial session, you share written feedback to us and to the parents, right? I have seen a common trend among in our team. The feedback, it lacks clarity. It isn't specific. It isn't clear, and it leaves the readers in with lack of focus as to what you're trying to do. For example, I've read feedback like what are the two strengths and what are the two areas of improvement that you have to mention about the student who has taken a trial. So I have seen feedback going as smart, good listener, keen listener, attentive. And in under strength, both the things are talking about smart, good listener. Under areas of improvement, something very vague. It isn't linked to what you're teaching. Teachers, this applies to everybody, even non-public speaking teachers. Zeba, we have Sarah, we have Hani, we have Dimple as well here today. Teachers, when you give feedback, especially the written feedback, as I'm directing your attention to, include 3 things in your feedback. What you need to check for when you go for a trial, go with the focus that you're going to look for knowledge, skills, understanding, behavior, or attitude, as you can call it. Knowledge, skills, understanding, and attitude. So when you say smart or keen to learn is an attitude. It isn't linked to your subject. It doesn't tell me as an academy head what is the focus that this child needs in math. Is the problem mental math, or is the problem tables, or is the problem operations? It doesn't tell me anything. But imagine if you say include that in areas of improvement, and you say is aware of numbers, is aware of basic additions, and then you mention needs help with operations, mental math. There you're analyzing the child's understanding, not just knowledge. So it's no harm in writing the attitude. It's fine. You can write. He's good listener, not distracted, focused, but also mention what is it related to your subject that you want to give feedback about, because you're subject coaches. Do not be generic, be specific. Clear on the feedback, everyone, that the feedback that I read sometimes is very vague. Let's have a clear framework, like how we have for public speaking. Even for other subjects, you could remember the knowledge, skills, understanding, and attitude feedback that you must add into. Okay.
Yeah.
Rather than
Yeah.
keeping it very generic. Okay. So that's
Correct,
one
but-
thing that I wanted
Yeah.
to pay attention.
To add along with it, I would recommend using the PrEP, the classical framework
Yeah.
for the impromptu speeches. So when you say a point, the kid is smart because I saw quick response to the addition exercises. The reason I saw the quick response, the reason example in the addition exercises, so that I believe in addition the kid is smart. In the point you can summarize it. This is a very easy framework. In public
Yes.
speaking, I saw for example, Sam is using the hands, and this body language of showing hands effectively is helping the Sam to connect with the audience. And it was so prevalent when Sam talked about his first day at school, because you're giving an example, you're quoting a specific part of the speech and point. So I encourage Sam to use the body language so often so that he can keep on excelling in his presentations. And in giving a constructive feedbacks, using a personal story would help the speaker to connect with the audience, because it can be relatable to the audience experience. For example, when Sam said that he was lazy and he is so active now, he could have used an example in which one event from his life in which he was so lazy and how he went through it, and what is that awakening experience, it's
Mute
life-changing
yourself, kids,
experience he
everyone.
had, and
Sorry,
you can conclude the point.
Yes.
So this PrEP is a very useful framework: point, reason, example, point. So this can be
I think
used.
this is a good framework when you give feedback to parents. Like today we had a feedback, right, with Jashin. So this is a very effective, simple framework that you can keep in mind when you want to give feedback to the parents for the first time. Okay, so that Harim, I find Harim always conveys confidence when she speaks. So you start with something positive, state your point clearly. Then when you give reason, also state the areas of improvement. That's also a key thing, teachers. In the feedback that you give parents, it has to be balanced. Don't appear too warm in giving feedback, because that doesn't help the kid. It doesn't inform the parent anything where he or she needs to improve. Balance it with actionables. What is it that you want the child to improve on? What is the target that you have set for the child? So giving targeted feedback is also one way to channelize the child's skills and potential rather than keeping it again very generic that yeah, he needs to work on body language. But what body language, what aspect of body language have you noticed? And like Hadi mentioned, you don't have to mention all the aspects, maybe 8 or 10, just the key ones that you feel he or she needs to work on. Okay, so keep it concise, keep it succinct, but at the same time give a certain target, have a certain target in mind when you're giving feedback. Okay, so yeah, that's quite impactful. Hadi, you want to have a closing aspect, or we keep the floor open for teachers to ask questions? Teachers,
Yes,
this is your time now.
you can ask questions. And if I have to add something
Yes.
regarding feedback and regarding how we impart the feedback to the kids and parents, make it smart. You know, the SMART's goal setting: specific, measurable, attainable, and time bound. And time bound, and it should be relevant, like SMART, SMART. You can check it on web. You will get different frameworks. So when the goal is set SMART, it is easy for both of us, for them to work on it and for us to track.
Yes.
So this is something to add along with what Taranum was saying.
Yes.
Okay, the floor is open for questions.
Yes, teachers, you can ask sir whatever doubts you have.
Except mathematical questions. I don't like it.
We have a mathematical teacher who will help us out, Zeba.
Okay, you did it. Yeah, I will join the session. Give me a discount, then I will join.
Yeah.
Can I go forward with a question?
Yes, Ashpriya, please.
Yeah. So, being a public speaking coach, there is one thing that I personally felt challenged a lot with was how to bring out the expressions from the introverted students that we have, especially. Like they feel very caught up, like, deer caught in a flashlight when they're asked to create a specific expression while they want to deliver something. So, just looking for some insights on that.
We can poke the emotions, because we feel the emotions to the extreme experience of our life. Even it is a very sad experience or very happy and delightful experience. So for the kids, we can ask them specific events that happen in their life. When you felt the happiest. So they will be confused if we ask that question. The happiest, there was 1, 2, 3. Then just select one experience, because otherwise it will be so confusing for them to select the appropriate experience to use in the top. Ask them, okay, when you got your first bicycle, or when you traveled with your parents to your favorite place. What was the experience? Once they recollect the experience, naturally they will show the emotions. And when they do it, in personal coaching sessions, it would be easy for them. But when they are presenting that same story in front of the group, the problem here is they won't feel safe. For example, if they are in the group, they feel so self-critical. They are too self-conscious. So because of that reason, they won't be bringing in their natural emotions. So if you're finding a difference during personal coaching and their speech delivery in front of a group, give them time. Some eggs take time to hatch. So give them time. But in personal coaching sessions, keep on empowering them. One day they will show their emotions. Connect them with the experiences in their life. Encourage them to speak about it.
Yes.
Or with their permission, record it and show them. See, you said expressions are not coming out when you talk, but when you talked about this story, this experience, it was fantastic. All expressions were on your face, and you were so expressive. That will form an identity, form a belief. It will reinforce their beliefs that they are showing expressions, they are good at body language. Because this can be used as positive reinforcement, these examples. So if I conclude, coach them personally.
Yes.
And gradually empower them to speak in public.
Yes. Any other
sir.
question?
Thank you.
We take one more question, then we move to the next segment of evaluation. No questions?
Ma'am, may I proceed?
Yes, Umehani, go ahead.
Okay, I am an Arabic teacher. I want to ask a question like, how do we connect with student? Like, being an Arabic teacher, I have noticed that students are really scared of the subject. And I have one student, she used to sit with her mother in each and every session. So, like, how do we connect with student? How we should build that rapport? Like, I want them to enjoy my subject, but they are too scared of Arabic. And it becomes very difficult for me. Like, I feel I am a monster to them.
Yeah.
This is off topic. Adi, if you want to answer, you can.
No,
Else
no, no, no.
we
This
can
is a
have
very
another
interesting
session.
question related to coaching as well. Because there, because I'll give you three scenarios. In one scenario, the coachee looks so small and the coach looks so big, so big. And again, our client is not the student, is the parent. In in another example, the parent was here. Okay, I paid you. It's been 3 months and my kid is not improving. The parent is so big and the coach is so small. So there's a power struggle. Okay. In the first scenario, the kid will be so afraid to ask any questions because kid's self-image is already fragile, and kid is thinking she's not good at Arabic. How can I ask? If I ask questions, I will feel so dumb. I don't want to ask any questions. So another example, okay. Other example, you know how to deal with it. I'm leaving it to you. I'm coming back to the example with the student and the teacher. So here, either you can be this and you can see the children are not improving, or else you have to come up to their level. Share a story. Again, it's a public speaking technique. Share a story in which you were in the same situation of that kid. Arabic is easy for me today, but there was a time when I used to struggle with Arabic. So, do you feel you're struggling with Arabic? That's normal. That's completely normal. It's not because you can't understand Arabic. For everyone who start to learn a foreign language, it's very difficult. You are just beginning to learn. So I understand. I have gone through it. And once you build a rapport, now you both are same. Now you are not the teacher and the student. You're friends. You're friends. You're so close to each other because you share common challenges. So find that relatable aspect between you, or else if they are in a country like United Arab Emirates, you can say, how about going out tomorrow and asking, uh, how much is this to the shopkeeper? So she or she will be very interested. Okay, tell them how to how to say it. So find an example, common example, and show them how the language is useful them in the daily life. Then they will be interested to learn,
Yes.
not for just to pass an exam. So come up to their level, share stories, find something relatable, and also tell them how to immediately apply what you learn. So when they practice and when they get positive feedback when they use Arabic, and when the guests are there, they can use one or two Arabic words just to, uh, they feel good. Yeah, you're learning, they will get positive feedback. Oh, you know this Arabic word. When they get that positive feedback, they will be interested to
Yes,
learn more, isn't it? So this technique
absolutely.
you can use.
Thank you,
Thank you
Adi.
so much, sir.
Very well explained.
Welcome.
Yes. Hadi, if I can get another 10 minutes with you, and I wanted my teachers to share their evaluation points that they have um,
Sure,
jotted down for the,
sure, sure.
remember, I told you about the buddy approach that we have. So they have evaluated their buddies, and I want them to
Mhm.
share those points with you. And if there
Sure,
are anything that you can pitch in and help them, would be great. Yeah.
sure,
So
sure,
just
sure.
another 10 to 12 minutes should be good
No,
for us.
no,
Right.
no problem, no problem. I can.
All right. I hope everybody has received the videos, recordings, and stuff from their buddies, and you've reviewed it, and your feedback is going to help them. It's going to reinforce the positive message that you have for them. So let us take the stage now to share those evaluation points, strengths, and areas of improvement for the teachers. Remember all the learnings that you've gathered, and consolidate everything that you have taken from today's session and share your evaluation in today's session. Okay, so we get started with Someone, as I've mentioned, 1 minute, minimum 1 minute, and maximum 2 minutes. Let's not take more than 2 minutes feedback since it was a 1 minute speech only, right? Yes. So we go ahead with who is the volunteer here from our group? Teachers, this is our time to embrace our fears. Yes, Ashvia, you ready? Okay. All right, Ashvia, you are going to be evaluating.
Miss Radhika.
All right. And do mention the speech, that title that your teacher has delivered. Okay. We also want to be in sync with it. Yeah. Yeah. Let's begin.
Just a second, ma'am. Just a single second.
And teachers, I'll be sharing the recording of this session. So don't worry. You focus on what your speaker is talking about. Later, make a note. Yes, Ashvia.
All right. So good evening, everyone. I'm going to be delivering my evaluation speech to the recording that I received from Miss Radhika. The topic that she had chosen was failure when failure became my biggest teacher. So it was really interesting to hear her side of the story of how her experience was with the concept or the term failure. And coincidentally, we both had chosen the same topics. So yes, to begin with, the strengths that I noticed in her speech was that she used her pauses very well. She introduced me with two stories that made her experience the term failure. And her entire speech throughout, she used her pauses very well. Her speech was clear. She was pronouncing the words fluently. And yeah, she also used hand gestures while she was explaining concepts. And they were quite natural. Like they were not too mechanical, I must say. Right. And yes, she began with a very creative hook, I must say. Like something directly on point, not beating around the bush. The term that she used to begin her speech was failure was the most negative term I believed in. So it is something really contrasting. We always look at the word failure as something, so scary, something that will pull us back from wherever we are. So I think these are the strengths that I had noticed in her speech. Coming to the areas of improvement, I have two areas of improvement that I think could be worked on by her. Was that one is the eye contact was broken while she was thinking about what she wants to say next. So while we're speaking, we can maintain a constant eye contact with the person or the audience. But while thinking, the eye contact was broken and the speaker was looking somewhere else. So that is something that can be worked on. And another one was that she told us how teaching the teaching career, how it enabled her to embrace failures. So she did not give an example for that. Like, what was that one experience that made her feel that, okay, failure is not something to be scared of after she entered the teaching field? So, an example on that would have strengthened her speech more and given it like a well rounded conclusion. So, yes, that was my evaluation speech. I hope I did not take more than 2 minutes.
Thank you, Ashvia.
Right.
Yes, Hadi, another 20, 30 seconds for you. If you could mention Ashvia's feedback, on clarity, her competency as a teacher, and how did you find her confidence?
Yeah.
And you can be brutally honest to us, okay?
Yeah,
So again, we are not fragile as students, but yes, we are learners,
Yeah.
professionals. Yes, so yeah, you can be honest with us. Yeah.
Yeah, her net was casted so widely. I've picked a lot of points, and I love the commitment she showed to her fellow trainer. And only one, I will directly go into the area she need to improve. In the area of improvement, I'm giving feedback to the person who gave the feedback. Okay, it is interesting.
Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
the area of improvement, I would suggest is when the evaluator mentioned about the eye contact. Already mentioned that the eye contact was not effective. So it would be better if you can tell them how to use the eye contact. Example, if it was an online presentation, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was an
It was a
online
recording. Yeah.
It was a recording. So when we think about or recollect something from memory, we have a habit of looking at the ceiling or the floor. So it's better to pause and be aware of our eye contact and make sure that we have eye contact with the camera when we talk will help us to improve the eye contact. So you pointed out the area to improve. You rightly pointed at the the area, but we have to give an example of how to do it
Okay.
so that it will help the speaker to practice it and become a
Yes.
better speaker. That's it. That's the only thing from my end. Rest all, I really love the detail.
Yes. Just to
Yeah.
add to it, Ashvia, it is, I'm not sure, I've not seen Radhika's speech, but teachers, it's absolutely fine if we are taking that time to recollect and look somewhere, because that's subconscious to us. When we are thinking, we avoid eye contact and we are thinking by looking up. That's the signal that our body gives when you're thinking. So that's absolutely fine as long as it's not too frequent. So you'll have to also
Mm,
see how frequently is she doing it. Is it
mm,
too
mm.
frequent or is it infrequent? That is absolutely fine. You don't have to stare the person straight in the eyes all the time. You can break eye contact. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
shift your gaze. That's absolutely fine. So you'll have
Mm,
to,
mm.
zoom in and see how many times has she done that, so that you also as a coach understand how important and how to give feedback on eye contact. Yeah.
Great. Saranam, I really liked it. Yes. That's a relevant point to add. Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Because this pointer raised to me because when I watched my recording, I also felt that I had been looking somewhere else while I was thinking. So I felt, something is, my area of improvement as well. And I was like, okay, this is something that, needs to be improved mutually. So it was a
And that's,
similar aspect, yeah,
yes,
in
yes.
my
And
presentation.
audience love vulnerability. It's fine if you're vulnerable. If it's fine if you're thinking, you're taking that time and recollecting, you're looking here. That shows that you're not overly rehearsed. That is
Okay.
absolutely fine. So, but see how frequently are you doing it? It shouldn't be too
Okay.
frequent. So, yeah. All right,
All right.
teachers, we go
Thanks
with
so much.
another evaluator here. Anyone who would like to? Sana. Yes, Sana. Sana, you evaluated? Whose speech was this? Who was your buddy teacher?
It's Jashan.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And the topic of the speech was the life lesson I learned the most hardest way.
Wonderful. Let's go ahead.
Life lessons. Though we all learn lessons throughout our life, but Jashan, the lesson that you shared in your speech was truly thought provoking. Your gestures, your actions, your voice modulation completely hooked me. I was there with you throughout your speech. What I also like about your speech was that you took the risk of taking the audience from one emotion to another emotion. You made us feel happy when you shared your accomplishments, that you got a new job, you were very happy with your job. And then you shared how you got betrayed by your friend Neha. What you could have added more here was the intensity. Audience was actually looking out for how she manipulated you, how she betrayed you. So we were looking out a little more on that aspect. So a little bit more of expressions over there would have added more beauty to your speech. Also, one strong recommendation for you, Jashan, your speech has a good moral that don't trust people blindly. Don't judge a book by its cover. But what you missed on was the call to action. You could have taken the opportunity to give a strong message to your audience so that they can leave the room with a good action. Overall, to sum up, I must say that, Jashan, your speech was truly engaging, thought-provoking, and it hooked me throughout. Only if you could work upon adding a little bit of more emotions where you're sharing the emotional part, you would have nailed it. Hats off to you. Keep it up, Josh. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
Sana.
much, Ms. Sana, for your lovely and amazing feedback. And I really appreciate it. And the points that you mentioned, yes, I'll definitely work on that points. And you were saying that yes, I could have added that more points. Actually, I wanted to add more points, but I was thinking that it may not be so large or long. So I was afraid of that. That's why I didn't add much points, and I just wanted to wrap it up early. That's why there may be some lack of points. Yes,
Right.
but thank you very much for your lovely feedback.
All right, Jashan. Yes, Hadi, something
Yeah,
from you?
I love the way you summarized it, because when you summarize it, it is easy for the audience and especially the target speaker to remember the point. And
Hmm.
the technique of sandwich feedback also used very effectively. You started with a positive, started on a positive note, and you concluded with an empowering statement. So this packs it clearly, and it will help the speaker to remember it and will leave a positive feeling for the speaker when they listen to the feedback. Keep it up. I really like the way you give the feedback.
Thank you, sir.
Well done, Sana. Thank you, Jashan. Can we have some more speakers, please? We are going to go with two more. Today, due to paucity of time, we'll not be able to have feedback from everyone.
Ma'am.
But yes, sure, Radhika, you go ahead. Yes, please. Okay, so Radhika was with Ashfia. Yes, let's hear you. Come on, Radhika, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, dear. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you for this wonderful opportunity, Tarun ma'am and Hadi sir. I was evaluating Miss Ashfiya. I would say the start was crisp and engaging, like having a first bite of freshly toasted sandwich. Your hand gestures and expressions were commendable, that were giving life and energy to words. But if I were asked to give an opinion or a suggestion to you, I would, it would be to work a bit on your eye contact, as it seemed that you were reading something at that moment.
Okay.
Overall, that you did a commendable effort. Keep going strong, Miss Ashfiya. Thank you.
Thank you, Radhika. Good job. Very nice. Yes, Hadi, anything from your side? Radhika is a
Radhika,
new for us.
one thing
Yeah.
I learned from you is the expression and the tone. It's
Yes.
encouraging. But one thing I would suggest you to work on is work a bit. Leave that kind of vocabularies in your feedbacks. A bit more that is not tangible. Work on
Yes.
your eye contact. Directly say it. Directly say it. And one more thing which we discussed earlier, show how to use it. Or where did she slip? Or where did she was not maintaining the eye contact? Find that example and use it so that the speaker will get an idea where they need to focus on. So if I summarize, I like the way you give feedbacks, because more than content, the way, the tone, and the body language, when you give feedback matters. It matters. And you have that power in you. Keep it up. Be specific. That is the only helpful thing for the speaker.
Yes, I agree with you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
All right. Can we have Jashan next? Jashan? Yes, Jashan for Sana. Yeah.
So the start was really good. The topic was a moment you want to relive. And the start was really good. It was really impressive because the she started with very much a lot of clarity. It was really clear that the moment that I would like to relive, she gave a very good introduction with the two sentences, and then again she created a suspense that let me explain it. How? It was a very good twist. That was a type of twist she gave so that it can keep the audience engaged, that what will be the suspense next. This is the thing that I liked the most about the starting. And throughout the conversation, throughout the topic, she was really calm and composed. She never hesitated. and she never got nervous. And this was the thing that I liked very much about her. Words were very clear, and a lot of hand gestures were there. And yes, the next thing which I would like to highlight is vocabulary. She used a really good vocabulary. So yes, this is also a very good thing, because usually we have to teach the children also that uh, what vocabulary you can use to enhance the message, to enhance the speaking skills that you want to, so that you can convey your message more efficiently and effectively. So this, again, this was the area which I would like to highlight. And if I talk about anything which she needs to improve, I just found one thing, that she could have added more points of, she could have given a story or added more points of personal experience, so that audience can feel more connected to her. This is the only thing that was missing, in my opinion. Otherwise, it was a very good, commendable job, and I liked the speech very much. Thank you, Miss Sana. It was a wonderful speech from your side. Thank you.
Darshan, thank you so much.
Yes, Hadi.
Thank you, Jashan. The way you explained how the speaker created suspense, like she delivered two sentences, then waited, let me explain. This shows a what, why, how format. So what created the suspense, and why it created the suspense when you say, let me explain, and you told us how it is done. But in my opinion, a lot of hand gestures and really good vocabulary, these 2 points had no examples. You pointed what it is, but show the just quote the examples. Where did the speaker show the body language, and how it was shown? So it will be helping the speaker to focus on it. If it is the area of improvement, they could focus on it. If the area they excelled at it, they can repeat it in their upcoming speeches. So show the example. So that will give a clarity for your feedback. And vocabulary, caught 2 or 3 words, so they will feel good. Because when you write the speech, you find the word so difficult. And when you use it and somebody points at the words, you feel really happy, because that is the gift of our time and listening for the speaker. So please use examples when you give a feedback.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jashan.
Jashan, if I may just add one thing to what, when you talk about areas of improvement, keep your focus, be focused. Let's put it that way. Be focused on three things, three elements for to start with. Since this is a new venture for you, I would say focus on these three things. Look at the structure. How's the speech structure? In that, you can talk about whether the story is there, not there, whether examples are there, not there, word choice, whatever related to verbal. We have verbal, non-verbal, we have vocal. You start with verbal. Okay. Look at the structure. Look at how the content was organized, thoughts were organized. Then you move to body language. So then you will understand, okay, I've covered one aspect. Now I go to the second, then I go to the third. Then it doesn't become too generic. Okay, vocabulary. So then you're only talking about structure over there. There's no other thing where the speaker has to improve. Then after structure is done, talk about body language, just one aspect where you feel she could have improved. Maybe facial expressions was one thing. And then move to vocal. Vocal would include pause, rate of speech. Okay. If there are any fillers that you have seen, those kind of things also you could include. So one point each will give you a nice concise feedback to the speaker, rather than and you would also feel confident when you give feedback, when you have a grip over these three things. Okay, that will show you as a competent speaker. Okay. Yeah. All right. Awesome, teachers. You have done your homework very well. So Adi, I have a good bunch of students with me, very diligent and dedicated. Right. So I think we should pause now, as we have taken almost 1 hour, 30 minutes of time. I would like to leave the last 2 minutes for questions. I know we still have to evaluate our buddy teachers. Hema is looking at me with intent eyes. She's like, oh, when is my turn going to come? Divyal also, and I'm sure Sanya over here, who I have to evaluate. I'm going to share my evaluation points to you, Sanya. Let's help our speaker. So share your evaluation points, even if you don't have the opportunity to present it today. And if we have time in the next session, maybe we'll also use that time to give your evaluation. But don't keep the speaker on hold. Share your evaluation points. Give that feedback. Right. So last 1 minute for us to kind of reflect on all that you've learned. Look at your notes, see what question pops to you into your head, and ask. Hadi is here with us, so keep it open. Anything specific that strikes you, that you feel is not answered, is still not very clear to you?
Ma'am,
Okay.
may I ask one question?
Zeba, please.
Hi, sir. I am also a school teacher and I teach maths and science. But in our school, as you know, Indian curriculum, we also differentiate students based on learning disability. And I don't like that thing, but it's a format. So we give LD category and slow learners, we give a tag to them. Not I, but the society and the government. So I want to ask, like, how we can more that particular student, if they are categorized into such category, their morale is already down, and the confidence also shakes up, because we every time look that call LD student, call this student. So I want them to be confident in my mathematics lecture. Like if they are in 10th standard, so we give them 7th standard maths. So they sit with the 7th standard students and they feel very down and low confidence. So I want them to boost their confidence. How can I give them positive reinforcement more and more? Like, can you please guide me? Like,
Yeah. I'm not the right person when it comes to teaching the kids with special abilities, but I will tell an example from my own life. I excelled when I am given a positive environment. I told you I quit Toastmasters when I got feedbacks, and I joined another club. And in that club, in 1 year, I had an exponential growth. Difference between two clubs was the positive environment we had. So you could create a positive environment, and that this positive and creating positive environment we can learn from the big corporates. Even though it is so simple, too simple thing like closing a sale, they all stand up and they clap for the achiever. Even
yes.
even if it is a birthday, they remember and they support each other, they celebrate it together. And that type of culture in your from your creativity point of view, you can bring in different varieties of bringing the team together. And once you and the student relationship is is the relationship you're looking for, but still, if they can you can if they can feel an environment and they can come without being judgmental about themselves,
Judge,
without
yeah.
labeling themselves, can create an
Hmm.
environment that would help. It's a
Okay.
slow process, but it will work. It
Yes.
will
Okay.
create an
Okay.
environment.
Thank you, sir. Ji.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right,
Small
teachers.
big celebrations. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hadi, for an exciting and an insightful session that truly added a lot of confidence to what we are doing. And it gives me a reinforcement and a power that, yes, we are on the right track when it comes from the industry expert like you who talks about public speaking and confidence. And I feel we as team are striving towards empowering our students and making them empowering them to speak confidently. And all your examples and your reasons are so relevant on how we can do it. And I think our teachers are doing it wonderfully. And your exciting session also helped us in our reflective teaching. Thank you very much for adding to our professional journey. We truly I truly learned a lot from this session. I have my entire notes written, which I'm going to then filter it out and put it down into my diary that I maintain for professional upgradation. So thank you very much. This has been a truly insightful session. A small note of appreciation from all of us. And I think I would like to now ask a few teachers to share a quick feedback about today's session. Keep it concise, teachers, since we only have about 30 seconds. So yes, anyone would like to share their feedback with Hadi, and I'm also going to float out something as a written feedback that we can send it to him as a note of appreciation that will help him in his professional development as well. So yes, anyone? Yes, Simran, very quickly. Yeah.
to start with, it was a wonderful, wonderful session. And the one main important point which really grabbed my attention was you so rightly mentioned that when the students they come to us and when we quickly say, okay, this is right, but you have to improve. They look up to us in such as we are their mothers. So they, when we just brush it off, okay, fine, I don't have a time. You, this is fine, but you have to do this. We have to be very mindful there. Okay, they are doing so many other things. They come prepared. They look for.
Simran, sorry to interrupt. If you could give feedback about today's session to Hadi in few words. Yes.
Yeah,
before we-
so that was the one point where I was I felt like, okay, yeah, that I didn't I don't remember at times. So this was takeaway for me. So that is what I really loved. So thank you so much for just bringing it to my forefront.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Can
so
we
much.
have, yes, Hema, the last person? Yes, now.
Yeah, so good evening, Hadi. What I really liked about the session today was your acronym as well as the analogy of egg. That was wonderful. I mean, it amalgamated so well that we will remember it forever.
Absolutely. On
Yeah.
point. Yes, yes, absolutely. And the visual metaphor of everything that he brought to life, the fish catching from the river, okay, and all of the things that he mentioned, it was spot on. So, Hadi, thank you very much. I mean, I really appreciate that. All right,
Thank you.
teachers, so we call off today's session. Let's come back with more meaningful experiences and let's apply what we have learned. All the practical tips and strategies that you've learned, you have to put it to use. Let it not, I know it will marinate now, but then after that, you have to apply it and put it to use. Else it's gone to wane. So let us try and attempt that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much and have a great
Yeah.
evening, everyone. Bye.
Yeah,
Take care.
I have a small request.
Yes,
I
please.
can share my LinkedIn profile with Taranum. Please
Yes,
share and share your feedback on my recommendations if you
that's a
find
great
time.
thing to do. Yes,
It will
everybody,
help me.
please.
It will help me
Okay.
to find the right audience for my coaching.
Sure. Yes.
So
We'll do
thank
that.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank you,
all.
sir.
You were
Thank
a
you
great,
all.
Thank you,
great
sir. Bye,
audience.
sir.
And seeing your
Thank you, sir. Thank
seeing your,
you.
yeah,
It was a
seeing your
wonderful session with you.
enthusiastic faces helped me to give more. And that's something all speakers deserve. And I got it. Thank you. A good night. And thank
Bye,
you.
sir.
Thank you for attending. And you have enlightened me. I've learned a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.